Hello guys, and welcome to my Wednesday. Hello guys, welcome to my Wednesday stream. Today I'm going to be continuing with indie gaming with I Wanna Huggy That Gator Part 2. That was I playing from yesterday, and I'll be changing my Monday streams. Well, I'll be ceasing my Monday streams and doing instead streams on Sunday and Wednesdays, and other days if I have time, or if I'm having more free time. But that's unlikely with what my studies are going to be like. So let's get back into I Wani Hug the Gator. Enjoy and hope you have a wonderful time. And we're back into it. Let's go back. Thought this time I'd pass on the mini burrito breakfast burritos. After how bad they messed me up during PE yesterday, I don't want my stomach to endure that torture again. Instead, I just got a few hash browns from a fast food joint by the metro. I only scroll through my feed as I usually do, while the metro jostles about my destination. It's been a few days now, and the strange scent of extremely cheap detergent and alcohol have become an afterthought. Some of the vines are actually plastic, and the flowers are little air fresheners. That's not actually something I noticed. I'm also a witness when I passage and tried eating one. Some of the vines are real though. For some reason they go untouched anyways. Maybe they're just not tasty. Vegetarians don't eat the grass in their lawns after all. Oh, sorry, so I'm just checking a message. Right, huh? Anyways, the lights have gone out and someone has dropped a wrecking ball next to me. Must be Mr. Ferris. Good morning, Inko. Good morning. How's work been going? Has work been going fine? It has, slowly, but I am very thorough. I get an idea of a place of learning not being an ideal place to learn. And I appreciate our talks. The perspective has really helped me understand the student body more. You're welcome. Hey, have you given any more thought to the fashion thing? I have, although I can't say I really get it. But it's still plain to see if you just look around. Really? Like what? Well, like look at the girl on the other end of the car there. It's rather revealing. I don't think that's really for me. I love my wife. I just mean as an example. Well, there's an event coming up. I could see about trying something new. What would you recommend? That's a good question. What would be good use here? In my inner eye, I conceptualize the coolest possible Ferris. The fresh machine is going full throttle. First sunglasses. His eyes may be a little too far apart for that. However, beanie. Moving on. Big guns. Fresh jacket. Damn. Now that's a pretty cool Ferris. There we go. The coolest possible Ferris. Mr. Needle. Sorry, just thinking. Why don't you start with the Malcolm seasonal cross-print jacket. Actually, the sunglasses are a good hit. Sunglasses kind of fit anyone really. Making it look cool. Really now. Those all sound rather expensive. Yeah, they are. You know what? Try a gold chain necklace. Oh, what? Yeah, just make sure it's appropriately sized so it doesn't look silly. I'm sure it would go a long way, and they're pretty cheap to get. Well, alright, I'll take your word for it. We sure talk about fashion a lot though. Is that really all everything's about these days? Oh, of course not. What do you want to know about? What's YOLO mean? I heard the term thrown around recently. That was like 5 years ago. Oh. Mr. Ferris and I talked more about contemporary urban slang until we arrived at a stop. Art. Mr. Ida Khan has just started talking about our first project for the class. As soon as he said the word, Olivia's hand has shot up. Her grey eyes sparkled in excitement, and a smile threatened to crush the fretful frown etched on her snout. The girl vibrates in her seat as she waves her arm in the air, trying to get the teacher's attention. Ida Khan's own smile was strained as he and Olivia engaged in a staring contest with one another. I could only marvel as the two argued with each other without a single word. Eventually, Ida Khan won by turning off the lights and turning on the cheap projector hanging from the ceiling, and playing a safety video about paint that felt far too graphic for a school setting. I don't think I'll be able to eat barbecue for a while. Fairly defeated, Olivia crosses her arms and pouts in her seat. And that is why we won't be using any more of the more exotic materials for any projects. Miss Halford. Maybe I should have skipped breakfast entirely. I still don't see the problem. Once you've all had the proper safety handling course in the second semester, you'll be allowed to use oil-based paints. Until that time, however, all the assignments will require safer supplies. Now, since we've pivoted to this, might as well finish the full video. The grumpy Gator holds a hand to her throat, mumbling to herself as she grabs a metal flask and drinks from it. The entire display from her was mystifying, at odds of how Ben and Liz described Olivia. In fact, it kind of reminded me of me. I can understand why. After all, Ida Khan is letting Ben and I use some of his equipment in photography. That full of experimentation of new possibilities. No doubt that is what brings a creative sparkle to our eyes. Eyes that fill with pure malice as they glare daggers my way. Oh, was I staring? Whoops. Before I could offer an apology, she already had her hands on the wheels. She rolls up to Ida Khan's desk, and he leans forward intently. I can't make up anything that is said through the video, but going by the occasional glare back, it's not hard to imagine. Crap, I didn't really mean to offend. Ida Khan notices I'm watching and motions for me to come forward. Slowly I shifted on my seat and approached the desk. Alright, is something going on here? Ida Khan speaks in a hushed tone, just loud enough for me to hear over the makeshift manatee. Olivia's telling me you're making goofy faces at her. No, I said he's been staring at me all through class. Huh? It's weird. It's like he's never seen someone like me. Can't you move him to a different seat? Now hold on a sec there, Olivia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. Mr. Ida Khan. It's like she's a different person here. She fishes out a canteen of water and brings to her mouth. You're given a lot of leeway when it comes to seat assignment, but asking for something like this? I just want him to leave me alone. She sips again. What's that about? Oh, and Inko, can you tell us? What's on your mind? You can't have disagreements between classmates this early in the year. I'm confused. I didn't know there were any disagreements between us. Well, sometimes it's the little things you do that you don't even think about that affect people the most. Anything like that come to mind? I shake my head. Olivia's glares doesn't diminish away from my field of view. I'm a bit curious about her since we sit next to each other. I'm her friends. We all sat together at lunch yesterday. Anakin nods to himself thoroughly. Sounds like he just wants to hang out, Olivia. Her face scrunches at the mere thought. Not really interested. He distracted me from classwork. I just want to watch the video about being gawked at. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Does that resolve the issue for you, Olivia? No, I don't want some buddy in his class. She takes another sip from... She goes to take another sip, but ends up turning the canteen upside down. All out. Ugh. Olivia, you can go fill that up if you want. You won't be missing anything. The video's nothing you don't already know, I'm sure. Olivia eyes me suspiciously, and slowly moves out the door towards the nearest water fountain. Ida sighs. Alright. He leans back in his chair, his arms resting behind his head. Aiko, I told you yesterday, if the air needs clearing, to do it yourself. Now she's in the mood because you were staring at her like a weirdo. And now here, I thought you two were getting along. She even gave you that sketch she made for you. Truthfully, I'm impressed, but here we are. What's going on, big guy? Again? Sorry. It's been a pretty busy few days. Yeah, I've gone into a cool friend group. We're all studying together at lunch. Olivia's there too. She didn't say much, but I got her a soda. I don't know why she's upset at me. It's nothing personal, Inko. It's not. She's reticent, especially when it comes to change. If you're at her lunch period too, I can see why she's pretty wary of you. You don't mind me asking, Mr. Ida-kan? Yes. Why is she so open with you? What do you mean? Just now, she merely spoke more in that conversation. Right now, she spoke more in that conversation than all the other times I've seen her yesterday. I saw the canteen, I figured it's something to do with her voice, but it's surprising. Her water bottle's the other way around. It's unfortunate, but she just really rarely talks at all. And I guess she just really trusts me. I've known her since she was a freshman. She seemed to gravitate towards art, how I taught it, and soon enough I took her under my wing. But she lives with Damien, right? He's at the lunch table and she still barely talks to him. Poor kid. Hope he's doing alright. He seems to be alright, but yeah, she's distant to everyone else. So much I can keep hearing weird things about her. So much so I keep hearing weird things about her. Ida kind of leans forward in his chair, suddenly attentive. Is this about you gossiping with Ben yesterday? A bit. He showed up to her table and said something about her being the same after she left. Probably some drama there, but I don't want to cry. He nods. But also Liz told me some weird things too. He stops nodding. I know of her. Something wrong? No. She just said I shouldn't get invested in being a friend. Everyone's being weird about it, so I was curious myself. I guess that's why I was looking at her weird. Sorry. Anakan rubs his temples. It's worse than I thought. What is? I'll put it this way. You've met 3 people that know Olivia, other than me. Of the 3, only one thinks highly of her, and the other 2 start unloading drama on anyone willing to listen, in this case, you. No wonder you're confused. I hadn't thought of it like that. I don't blame you. You shouldn't be involved in anything stupid. High schoolers, you know. I guess. Ida-kan inhales, collecting his thoughts. Important question then. Do you really want to be Olivia's friend? Huh? I guess. A judging eyebrow is raised my way. Are you really, or just curious about her? He seems pretty serious about this. Yes, then. Olivia returns to class and rolls back up to the desk. Back. Have you changed his desk yet? Anakin nudges his head towards me exceptionally, prodding me on. I'm sorry I distracted you during class, Olivia. She looks to Anakin and gets a similar nod. Sure. You're welcome. Thanks. Shit. But, no really, I don't want to be distracted. Come on now, Olivia, the least you can do is give him another chance. You never know. I don't really want to know. I get he's like friends of Damien, but I don't really want to, you know. Not in this class. But I'd like to be a friend. She stops and raises an eyebrow. Lots of these going around recently. Like she was respecting this response. She looks to Ida Khan for help. Actually, Olivia, I also think he'd make a good friend for you. What? His words were like a battering ram. I'm simply saying to give Inko, giving Inko here a chance. I could almost see the imaginary bulwark she hid behind slowly crumbling from what Ida Khan was saying. You are both quite similar at heart, though you may have different methods. Perhaps you'll find some compromise behind cynicism and naivety if you work together. Finally, the last fragments of our imaginary fortress collapse. Olivia can only look at the art teacher with timid confusion painted across her features. Well, I don't know. Are you for real, Mr. Ida Khan? I am. He's actually in another class of mine. I've seen him. He's passionate about his camera, like you are with the brush. And I do expect great things of him. Oh, okay. Sorry, I really thought, oh. Oops, she accidentally bit her tongue. Her mouth is clamped shut. It's just my opinion. You can make your own choices, Olivia. She nods furiously. Oops, the movie's about to end. You should two get back to your seats. We good here? Olivia side-eyed me and nods once more. Alright. He motions for us to skedaddle. Olivia backs away to a spot. Thanks, Mr. Ida Khan. For what? I just gave an opinion. I'm serious. It's up to the two of you if you want to be friends. Don't screw it up. He waves me off again, and he gets up to flip the lights. I'm back at my seat and stare absently at the projected screen as I digest Ida Khan's words. He said he only gave his opinions, but it seems like he gave me an opportunity to take the right steps in connecting with Olivia. With what he said about her being passionate with a brush, it's gotten me more curious about her artistic prowess. Speaking of whom, I notice that she occasionally gives me a side-eye. I don't think she can see my eyes due to the dim lighting combined with my shades. She stares at me with a sense of strange curiosity, almost as if she's trying to get a read of me with my face alone. From what I can tell from her facial cues, she seems confused and almost shaken up. It's like she wants to say something, but keeps on backing away at the last second. Guess her mind is also jostling around from Ida Khan's words. Our teacher flicks the light switch, and I feel my retina burn from the bright lights, even from my sunglasses. Alright, normally, in your first week, we'd be doing something simple, like a color swatch wheel. However, I think you'll manage something a bit more advanced. The Gator girl's head whipped around at the word advanced. Whatever Olivia was thinking before regarding me seems to have forgotten. As she focuses almost entirely on the teacher. Mr. Anakin holds up a stack of paper for us to see. First things first, I'd like you all to fill out these topic sheets, so that I know you understand how to safely handle oil-based paints. Last thing we need is another burnt down classroom. The way Ida Khan says his words makes you imagine some pretty horrible outcomes. Once you finish your sheets, bring them to me so I can review them. I'm giving you permission sheet after I know a lot of you won't set yourselves on fire or poison yourselves. The Allosaur guy in front of me hands back the stack. Hands in front of me, hands back the stack, and I took a page from it before handing the rest to the Diplo girl behind me. My aunts scan over the sheet. What grade of mass do snouts longer than 3 inches require? And the realization hits me. I didn't see the first half of the video. My eyes scan over the page and I groan whenever I see the questions I have no answers for, all of them pertaining to dinosaur anatomy. The art teacher looks at me directly and then to the side. I try to decipher his meanings, follow his eyes. Oh. I turn in my seat and lean closer to Olivia. What? What now? What? What is it? I'm not gonna let you draw me. Well, what the hell? Looking at her paper, I can see she already answered the questions I couldn't. I show my own page, tapping the top section that's still blank. Olivia groans and looks at Icon repeatedly. All she gets for her troubles is a thumbs up. Fine. Here. She holds out her sheet to me for me. Wait, isn't this cheating? Our teacher wouldn't. When did he get to his desk? Why does he have a sleeping mask? If I look over the answers, I still learn the safety procedures. So what's the difference in the end? That must be what he's thinking. Either that or he doesn't care. I copy the words from Olivia's sheet, doing my best to at least rephrase them. Some of my classmates are already walking up to Idacon's desk. He's barely reading the pages, not even taking the sleep mask off. Thanks, Olivia. Whatever. Olivia finishes her page in a few seconds and wheels herself to the desk. 2. The last answer I'm fairly confident on. Like what flashpoint means. I get up and go to Idacon's desk and I set my safety assessment down. Good. Here's permission slip to use hazardous paints. He didn't even bother to look over my worksheet. He lifts the eye mask from his face and looks at me with one eye. What? Most of that stuff doesn't apply to you, Inko. Just don't drink the paint or get it in your eyes and you'll be okay. Yes, Mr. Idacon. Boy. Now go back to your desk and wait for class to end. Tomorrow I will be starting you all on something simple, like painting a cube or a ball. Yeah, model dodgeball painting. The eye mask drops down and I return to my seat. The class clock reads 5 minutes until lunch. Olivia's back to leering at me again. I consider what I should do or say, some sort of icebreaker. Mr. Idacon said we are similar, and I can see some of what he means. But I'm a photographer, and she's a painter. So a cubist and a dadaist walk into a bar. Have a good lunch now. The bell rings, and Olivia shoves most of her things into her backpack, not caring if her notebook gets crushed. Once she zips up, she races out of the classroom. Guess she doesn't want to get caught in the chaos of the classroom stampede. I managed to avoid getting stuck in the frenzy by shuffling along the wall a long way around the lunchroom. It's a bit longer, but at least there's less risk of getting used as an improvised meat club. Hey, why don't I just go in through the courtyard? It's right next to the table. Damn it. Next time. Hey, is there a palm tree or something by the table now? Never seen the one with a trunk that's green. I get around the last of the crowd and approach the table. Damien's here, chowing down on a sandwich stacked with various meats. And like yesterday, Olivia's ready at the table. Hey Damien, you seen Liz? Thought she'll be joining us for lunch. Without a word, Damien points to the palm tree next to us. Oh crap. That's no tree. I look up to see Liz's head in the rafters, prodding at the vines on the ceiling. The ceiling was a lot lower in the computer lab, so I couldn't tell so easily, but the neck is so long. Anyway, her neck is so long. Anyways. Hey Liz. Hey Inko. Can't see them up here till I heard you. Well, I guess I'll go ahead to get my food from the vending machines again. Make my way to the vending machines. I do the same song and dance I did last time. Card swipe and a few button presses later, and earn me a couple cans of soda, 2 bags of chips, and a few candy bars. It's like when a teacher asks if you brought enough candy for everyone. Only now it's true. I head back to our table and the bundle of food stuff in my makeshift pouch and distribute them. Olivia gets a share but doesn't say anything. Ah, sweet. Why thank you, Inko. Damien, if you would be so kind. Already on it. Damien cracks open a can of soda just as Liz lowers her head next to him. She wears a novelty soda cap. What? Even speed swaps the old can into a new one, almost like he's swapping wheels on a Formula 1 racer. Thank you. No problemo. Liz's head cranes back to the top of the ceiling to continue eating the foliage. So, Nico, how's your day been so far? It's been pretty decent, I say. I'm mostly looking forward to photography, since Ben will show me some of the good photo spots. Cool. Damien just nods as he continues to munch on his sandwich. I think he'd zone out about halfway from a sentence. Oh, and also, Liz helped me submit my contest entry. Awesome. Can always rely on Liz to help you out. Flattery will get you nowhere, Damien. Just saying the honest truth. Liz enters the contest too, right? Everyone must be trying to win the cash prize. The money's okay. Liz comes down with a mouthful of leaves. Her hands hold up a tray with each segment filled with a different sauce. But the real prize is having a submission featured on a sponsor's magazine cover and in a featured article. How is she still articulate? You have any idea how great that looks on a resume? Heck, I can probably get a scholarship for that alone. Whoa, you really had it all planned out. What do you submit? She takes a moment to swallow her salad, and then shares a huge grin. I submit my best digital art piece. I submitted. Ooh, what is it? Here. The tray is set aside so she can bring out her phone to show Damien and me her entry. It looks to be a village townhouse piece. Very rustic and classy. That looks pretty good. Yo, that's so cool. That looks so realistic. Thanks. Took me about a week to really blend some of the more fanciful elements into each other. It's based off my grandfather's home from the old country. This is amazing. Can't even tell if this whole thing's digital art at all. Damien grabs a hold of Liz's phone and turns towards Olivia. Hey Olivia. She jumps. Having been suddenly made relevant to the conversation, she was just spectating. What? I'm not doing those chest back, they're mine. I was just going to show you Liz's entry. Olivia narrows her eyes and leans over to see the image on Liz's phone. She then looks up and gives Damien a quick nod before returning to eating her chips. Damien's smile flatters a little at her minimal response, but he's back to his usual grin as Liz takes back her phone. Wow, Liz, I didn't know you were so into digital painting. That looks great. Do you plan on being an artist after graduating? Aw, thanks. Well, no. I didn't plan on being an artist per se. The plan is to be an antique dealer, specifically of art. What does that mean? It means she buys the splatter canvases everyone else just uses for money laundering. No. It's the real deal stuff. It'll be the real deal stuff. There's a real market out there for it. So I'm taking the AP business class and using the school's prestigious art program. That's actually why I picked out this place. There's a real elite selection of graduates from here. Oh, you're the school treasurer too, right? Sure am. I'm doing everything to make sure I'm ready for the real deal. I do like painting though. It's just not an ends to the means. It's just not an ends to a means. Maybe that's why I want to get into trading. I can get the right people the right art they need. That's very thoughtful. Huh. I should start thinking of my future more. I wonder what Olivia thinks about this. It even interests her. Damien is just exaggeratedly nodding his head up and down. I don't know if he's agreeing with Liz or headbanging to some playful tune, some tune playing in his head. I looked to her side, see Olivia staring down the bag of chips, looking pensive. I guess I'm not the only one that's worried about our long-term plans after school, compared to Liz. But we got the whole year still. What about you, Damien? Yeah? Don't really have a big goal set. Only reason I'm here is because it's the closest school to our home. Damien, you know I keep telling you about planning ahead. Damien, you know I keep telling you about planning ahead. I know, but I like to keep my options open. So, what are you doing in the school? I just picked out any class that seems interesting to me. Well, I gotta say, some economic classes is pretty fun. I get to make food in class and eat it too. I'm learning skills in class like that. You'd be a perfect husband. Where did that come from? Yeah. Wait, what? What? Oh, I know what's going on. But to get back to my point, that art contest. If I win and get that interview, it's an insane advantage. I'll say. By the way, Olivia, did you submit something for the art contest? Oh. She looks away, slightly deflated. No. Really? Oh crap, might have a chance in. Hey Liz, that sounds a certain way. Sorry, I didn't mean like that. Olivia rolls her eyes and immediately goes back to munching on her chips. Mr. Idakan said you were really into planning. And I really like the portrait of me you made. Whoa, she what? Her suspicious leer is now replaced by a murderous glare. Yep. Lunch is the perfect time to eat my feet. I haven't actually seen any of her real work, only something she'd done out of the boredom. Olivia's eyes close as she inhales deeply, the air of neutrality returning to her once she reopens them. She looks at me up and down again, as though something would be different this time. Can't. What's that mean? Besides, even I could, they were gonna be looking for the best artists here. So you gotta show them that to them with how good your art is. But I just don't want them to look at me and feel like they have to give me a reward out of pity. Oh, I mean, I understand. I guess not everyone likes pity prizes. I do understand that. Sometimes a pity reward doesn't feel like a reward. I prefer to get rewards that feel owned, not out of pity. Damien's face is frozen mid-bite, his sandwich losing its meat integrity by the second as his eye flicks between Olivia and I. I can practically hear the blaring alarm in his head as his brain catches fire trying to connect the dots. I want to be judged for my art, and not. Olivia struggles to formulate the next few words, and lets out a weary sigh. It would just feel undeserved. How? Yeah, how? Damien, shush. Has that ever happened before? Do people really do that? You weren't there for it. Some losers used to even tell me to take advantage of it. Why not? That was a bad move. Dude, seriously? Why? So I constantly get reminded myself, so I can't separate myself from my work. So I get complacent being worst. So I can eventually rely on it. So the playing field can be even. That's a lot all at once. I'm not even sure I've gotten all that, but I definitely touched a nerve I shouldn't have. No, sorry. Olivia brushes her hair down. Look, I don't want to get awards and praise I haven't earned. I'm seriously not that good. I really wouldn't win. She sighs and takes a long sip of cola. Can I see some of your work? No. Man, she really shouldn't put herself down like that. I get it, a lot of students here are crazy good at art. Some are probably better than I'll ever be. And they're just starting. It's pretty scary to think about that. I mean, like that landscape of the city near the principal's office. The landscape? Hold on, I took a shot of it. It's a bit tough getting my camera out of all of the books I need for class in the way. I laid out the contents of my backpack, taking out my treasured DSLR last. After finding the shot in question in the menus, I turned towards everyone else so they could see the glamour shot. A freshman made that painting? Just from looking at it, I can see why it won first place. I drew that. Oh. Her name is on it, isn't it? My brain finally makes a connection with her signature on the mural. That was you? Is that much of a shocker to you? Quite a bit, yeah. It looks amazing. I mean, it's whatever. Had to have some dumb guide help me out, so it isn't like I was the one who did it all. So when you say you can't enter, it's because you already won once? Yeah, basically. She looks away from us, eating her chips in silence. I heard the expression of being one's of the worst critic, but I never expected Olivia to kick herself this hard. I mean, meant to kick myself thrice over just thinking about that last part. What, something wrong, Liz? Did she bite her tongue or something? Why is she so timid? Why is she imitating one of those picture plans now, right now? Liz? What's it to look, long neck? Just surprised to see you in better spirits is all. You're making it weird. You are making it weird. Don't make it weird. Yeah, it's been ages, Olivia. To think a Randy like Inky here got you to open up like this in just 2 days. He gestures to me. What do you mean, man? The girl in question freezes. Damien's thoughtless comments having thrust her into self-awareness, and she just leaves. Olivia, wait! She's gone. Well, she did give a warning. Yeah, I was just excited she was making a good progress. The rest of the lunch we spent trying to talk about Liz's art process. Damien looked like he wanted to try to bring Olivia back into conversation, but no one had any idea where she had gone. Still, a part of me thinks she wants to talk. So why doesn't she? Sadly, a time for another question, as Olivia's departure seems to signal to the end of lunch. At least Liz and Damien wave goodbye, leaving me to clean up all the trash from the table, including everything I'd removed from my backpack. Darn it. Photography cast comes and goes. Since we're painters, Ida gives Ben and I the green light to walk around the campus. Ben shows me around to see his prime photo spots and such. And as such, comes my impromptu tour guide. It actually seems neat to see the parts of the school that I haven't explored yet. Until now. Places like the music hall and recreational pool were the most interesting to see. Currently at the courtyard, Ben points out the views of the outer landscapes around the school. No wonder why Ben was so eager to show me. These places are impeccable. These views are impeccable. But while he's expecting the image he has in his head, my mind still wanders back to Olivia. I wonder what I did to make her express herself so much. Inko? Inko? Huh? I was asking if you'd be available sometime during the weekend to take photos. Oh, I'm free on Saturday. Excellent. We can meet up back here. Sounds good. As we head back to class, I began to think if there's something I can do in history class. Back at Miss Pauling's. Or actually, Miss Prockling. Back in history class, Miss Prockling continues prattling on about. And after the last offensive that left the entire city of Triropatovis destroyed, the Kothian homogeny was defeated, bringing an end to their crimes against both Dino and humankind. With that, the Dino-Human War came to an end, and peace was finally declared after 10 years of strife. Of course, there was a matter of rebuilding and dousing all those fires still burning, as well as what to do with all the bodies, and... Yawn. Should I probably care about Prockling's lecture, since history has extremely strong cultural connotations, but man, it's so boring. Ahead of me, Olivia has returned to a default, sullen, defeated gloom. She's not glaring at me, so she's probably over whatever that was. Or she still doesn't know I'm here. Boy, will it ever be entertaining to see. Assuming I don't end up with a mechanical pencil jammed through a lens. The other students are simply bored, only occasionally mark down something, whatever it sounds like. It'll be on a review sheet at the end of the week. There is, of course, no more. No passing today. Mr. Prockling's infusion yesterday must be still on their minds. Effusion. There won't be any more chances given. And even though she doesn't seem threatening on her own, the consequences will be dire. There's simply no getting around it. This is just a period we'll all have to sit through. And there isn't any solidarity to be had in our shared misery. It's simply the reality of high school history class. The only saving grace is that she isn't stalking around the classroom looking for us to do something wrong. Instead, we're being lectured at. My hand mechanically copies down whatever she's written on the board. And while I should be paying attention to what Miss Prockling is saying, I'm more than certain that we'll be all reading the exact same things from a heavy textbook. So my eyes wander around for her, away from her and the board, to scan over my peers, all equally as bored and feigning interest. Eventually, there's a bit of movement ahead of me. What's she up to now? Olivia folds a sheet of notebook paper back and forth discreetly, creating a deep crease. Then she licks her finger and runs it along the crease and gently pulls. The paper rips along the seam silently. Oh, is she really risking it? What's she even got to gain? It's just a note passing game. Maybe she feels bad because she got caught yesterday. Oh boy. Olivia passes the note to her left. The student next to her raises an eyebrow, but surprisingly takes the note, and immediately passes down without looking at it. One by one, my classmates pass along the note to the next. Nobody dares open a note and write something in it. I surreptitiously kept track of the note in the corner of my eye as it makes its circuit around the room. Thankfully, Miss Prockling's eyes are focused on the board, while I feel a tap on my shoulder. I reach for my ear as if given a scratch, and the folded paper is pushed into my waiting fingers and against my ear. As I feel an edge grind against my earlobe, I chew my lip to keep the hiss of pain contained. Almost unintentionally, but a paper cut still stinks bad, especially on such a fleshy part. My fingers toys the bundle of paper now at my desk. No one else had bothered with it. I wouldn't exactly call it an empty canvas, but there could be potential here. There's a crumpling noise beneath my fingertips. It must have unfolded while I was thinking. Looking at the soul doodle on the sheet, I see a pretty simple drawing, a pretty simple rat drawing with a very realistic hand reaching next to it, giving a thumbs up. Oh, I know that. Oh, I know that meme. It's the thumbs up rat. There's plenty of space this time, and Miss Prockling is pretty occupied at the front. I doubt she'll even notice. The temptation is there, my fingers making my fingers itch to finally get a real chance to do something fun in this sleep-inducing class. In fact, I've perfected the idea in mind that'll catch Olivia's attention, if that doesn't ruin everything, that is. She's not uncompassionate, but Miss Prockling's has a lot less tolerance for horseplay in her class. We probably wouldn't get another chance. And going by Coach Sully's one chance policy, and how these guys aren't even considering playing along, I bet it wouldn't be pretty. Kinda makes me concerned for Olivia. I could just hold on to the note and get back after class. Heck, Olivia wouldn't even know. I didn't think she knows I'm in his class. Yeah, I'll do that one. Yep. Draw the Gator girl on the half pipe. I mean, that's a cool thing. Man, what's a life out a bit of risk? Also because the option sounds cool. You know, I guess to make Olivia smile. I guess. I wait for Miss Procklin to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about the single continent movement. Time to move. This is going to be basically a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle a photograph. I'm not sure what I mean by that. I also don't know how to draw a wheelchair. In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than what I wanted. Oops, you'll have to do. I checked over it one last time as if I had the conceptualization to improve. Well, I pass a note forwards, carefully not to notify teacher. Olivia takes a note over her shoulder, once more not checking it. She seems deflated a bit on opening a note, probably because of all the blank space. Doesn't look like she'll recognize whatever I did either. Maybe I should talk about it with her after class. Dunno, it seems like an okay thing to do. She just passed the note again. What? Once more, the process of students taking the note and passing it along without looking at it. Although this time it's a little more collectively annoyed. Probably wouldn't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send a note around again? Nobody's going to change their mind and draw something down. Is desperation? Thoughtlessness? Is it desperation? Whatever it is, the note's coming my way again. I once again take it, and I can confirm that yes, once again nobody else wrote anything. What? However, there is a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Alright, I guess this time I'll draw. How about adding myself to the sketch of the half pipe? This time I just depict myself as a stick figure. No use trying to go outside my skill level for the note passing game. It's simple enough to do. I even glued my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should make sure Miss Procklin isn't looking my way. Yeah, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Right, time to pass everything on. I pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between her two fingers, still not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in that situation? She checks the note and looks a bit down again. She glances up to the corner I've drawn in. Oh, what? She glances up to the corner I'd drawn in. What crack? I nearly fell out of my seat from the sudden loud noise. There's a moment of unwavering silence before a voice speaks up. Miss Halford? The girl in question shrinks in a seat in embarrassment. Sorry, Miss Procklin, I saw a spider. Miss Procklin simply sighs, muttering to herself, and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me with judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand is tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she's managed to chip the linoleum. As soon as Miss Procklin turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to look at me once more, hesitantly. She then flicks the note in my direction. It completely misses me. I try to catch it mid-air, but ends up slamming my face onto the desk to get it. Mr. Nito, what was that noise? I palm the note into my sleeve and strain to keep my injured eye open. The teacher probably meant the foot stomping I, found that spider, Miss Prockling. The teacher grimaces. That better be cleaned up by the end of the class, Mr. Nito. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I just noticed now his name. I think his name is meant to be like a combination of the word Inca and Nito. So I think his name is meant to be like Incognito. Unless his middle name is G, so yeah, I guess by that. As I just noticed, like he's just a regular anonymous guy, or incognito, if you will. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Miss Prockling's stare. She turns a few pages in a notebook lying on a desk, instructing the class to do the same as he searches for something. She's distracted. I can finally see what Olivia drew. There's now a surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I find myself admiring her motion lines. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over what to add and settle on giving the large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. I look up to Olivia, pondering how to get back to her when a sinister idea comes to mind. The hood hangs open as it rests on her back. It's a tough shot, but... Bingo. Olivia scratches the back of her neck and finds a note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She mouths something at me. A question, I think, but I'm not the most at-lipped reader. Especially when said lips are thrice as long as a human's. She still unfolds the paper, and seconds later, she already added a new sketch and folded it up. The note lands neatly on my desk this time, and I expect the latest edition. More rats doing decidedly non-rat activities. I wonder what she'd think of a cat this time. We continue passing the sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. My fingers are starting to tire when Miss Prockling advises Olivia. Alright, Miss Halford, you may leave now. Everyone else, you may take the last 5 minutes to start on your homework. Olivia takes the time to pack away her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia, it's now just plain confusion. As if I wouldn't play the dodgeball. As if I wouldn't play the doodle game thing with her. Even as she wheels out of the room, I still notice her eye. I notice her eyes are still on me. I gave her a wave goodbye, and she seemed shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right, then, homework. Ah, crap. It only now occurs to me that... Oh, sorry. Got to sneeze. There it goes. Oh, sorry about that. It now occurs to me there's a pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. For the last 5 minutes, I tried to speed read the second chapter in its entirety. Failing to get any good information to use for today's homework, I resolved to check online for a lecture that's not boring, but not as boring. Maybe one with some good animation even. When the rest of us are finally excused, I realized I still got the page full of doodles. Considering all the stuff on it, feels like it's just to toss it away. I decided to keep it, slipping into one of my binders' extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack and exit the room. Man, I don't get why Olivia leaves some classes early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends. I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed toward the next classes. Once school ends, it's even worse. When I saw it yesterday, it was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. and I ended up just waiting around for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It looks like this is going to be my routine now. I passed by a few more art displays on my way to the stairs, back down to the first floor. This isn't the art wing, but there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space. Something presses into my chest and lurches me to stop. It's Olivia, holding an arm out to stop me. She's still staring at me, though just less suspiciously. Her jaw's open, but no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out and retracts it awkwardly, indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and her armrest. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe. Hey, you could have told me, huh? You were in Miss Brockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. That you were in Miss Brockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry, I guess I was sort of aiming for it to be a dramatic reveal there. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna go back and quickly... Oh, crap. Oh no, I can't. Shit. No, I can't go back. I should have saved that because I love that part. The back and forth if you choose the right option. Alright, just going back to it. I thought I can go back. Sometimes it's like a scrolling limit. So it's kind of like you'll want to like remember to at least save where you want to and don't forget. I mean, you kind of do that a lot in visual novels when you forget to save at a point you like. You could have told me, huh? That you were in Miss Prockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry, I guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reel there. She brushes her hair aside. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why did you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, with grey eyes complimenting the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me. Now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. With me though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator girl hyper-animate come to mind. I couldn't help but smile. Those small shows are just genuine feelings. I think Mr. Ida was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Ah, crap, maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside it. I still have that note. Note? What, the doodles from class right now? Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. Just as I was about to pull out my binder, the Gator girl looks back at me and shakes her head. It's just doodles, you can throw it out. Keep it. If it's so important. But a brief second I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. But now she's back, looking neutrally at... I didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a key from her pocket. So it's a part of accommodations? Makes sense. By now, the hallway has cleared up a bit. The elevator arrives and Olivia rolls in. She moves her arm to push the button and jam the keys in some slot. What's to look for? You coming? Oh. I slide in beside Olivia just before the door closes. It's probably safe to catch your foot and just reopen, but man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certificate lazily plastered above the door from this side. It's covered in coffee stains and shows sign of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. What's the worst that happened? What's the worst that happened? Our legs break? She eyes me with a smirk. This may be a mistake. Kerklunk. Ka-chunk. That's really cool. I like some of the animations in the scenes. My heart drops at the open space around me. It seems to drop for a split second. The sound of a worn-out elevator mechanics fills the cramped space. How slow is this thing? I look over to Olivia. She uses this thing daily. Normally it runs. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs open in an amused grin, watching my sudden onset claustrophobia. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright, this is normal. This thing jostles around like it's going to drop us at any second is completely normal. When we reach the bottom, the doors clunk open and I practically fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind. Somehow I sense it with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Oh, yeah, see you. Olivia rounds a corner, and I'm left to my lonesome. My senses return to me, and I start making my own way to the metro station. As I make my journey home, it strikes me how much progress I made with Olivia. It's definitely still in its awkward phase, but I can see that she's opening up little by little, and it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben were overreacting though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. A week into September has come and gone, and I'm finally feeling accumulated to St. Hammond. Things have been going pretty smooth lately, if I do say so myself. Over the past week or so, I've been getting more and more used to my new friends, learning new quirks of them daily over the lunch and in our classes, like Olivia's penchant for tail whips. As I sit on the metro to my school, my foot comes to the prod at the tender spot on my shin. I also learned not to borrow Olivia's stuff without asking. She usually keeps to herself, even when we're partnered up, but I do my best to play nice. Not to say she's being rude or anything, just quiet. More and more, I figured out that part of her silence was just nerves. Accepting that silent facet, I think we found some small understanding between us. Enough that I think she's starting to see me as a friend right now. As a friend now. Among other things, Damien and Liz have given me their numbers. Or rather, Damien gave me both his and Liz's number. At first, I thought that Liz would be mad at Damien has basically doxed her, but she didn't seem to mind when he explained his reasons. I also got Ben's numbers since we figured we'd be doing a lot more team projects in photography class. My eyes roll over the past messages from my new friends. I became so engrossed in rereading them, and I nearly missed the announcement on my stop. I scrambled to get off the metro, the closing doors just catching my jacket and forced me to yank it out before I'm dragged down the tracks. I'm not gonna let that bring down my mood, though. It's Friday, meaning after today comes the weekend. It's a quick walk from the station, and I can see the school into my field of view now. The school looks completely barren. Is it closed? Weird. I look around at some of the small stores that surround the schools. The ones that are usually filled are usually staffed by student workers. They're also empty. One of them has lights on, but it looks like the manager's office looking over some paperwork inside. I don't recall any announcements about a holiday today, and while I admit having forgotten about what day it was in the past, I'm absolutely certain it's Friday. So where is everyone? Even the entryway to the school is barren. Door probably won't even open. Yep. Hello? I'd answer been in front of the camera watching a door. It does not respond. You know what? Damien would know what's going on. I flip through my contacts and find Damien's number. I put the phone to my ear and pray that he picks up. After a minute or so of waiting, the dial cuts off and is replaced by Damien's voice. Yo, what up, Nico? Hey Damien, I'm at the school right now and it looks like no one's here. Know what's that about? Huh? What do you... There's a brief pause at the other end of the line. Oh, didn't you hear? Hear what? Today's the last formal day of the season, so everybody's celebrating. Celebrating? Yeah. We're actually having a cookout at my place today. Say, you want to come over? The generous but spontaneous offer causes me to hesitate for a moment to respond. Thanks for the offer, Damien, but it's alright. I wouldn't want to intrude on a guy's party. What? It's no big deal at all, dude. The folks enjoy the company. And it's gonna be plenty to eat, too. Plus, Olivia's here as well. I weigh my options. Either go to the party, or I could take the metro back home and sit in my room doing nothing. Inky, you still there, buddy? Yeah, still here. Was just clear my schedule. Sure, it wouldn't be an issue. Sure, it wouldn't be an issue? Of course not, amigo. A friend of mine is a friend of a family. Well, alright then. Nice. I'll text you the address. See you soon, compadre. With that, the call ends, and not a few seconds later, I get a text notification. 6193 Chitteron Road. D-Man open. D-Man is typing. Go the long way around the neighbor. Go a long way around neighbor. Doesn't chain his dog. Lol. Copy and paste the address on my Google Maps and... Looks like Damien lives pretty close to the school. Of course, it's a little longer taking Damien's instructions, but I'm not about to try outrunning a loose dog with my physique. Well, better make my way then. One 61189 61191. Oh, here it is. 61193. The house looks pretty standard for a house in this neck of the woods or neighborhood. It's a one-story place, but it looks pretty spacious. Definitely a family home. I walk up the stone step path to the front door and ring the doorbell. The ghostly bag wrapped around my fingertips is starting to chafe a bit. I could just come right away, but it felt bad coming over empty-handed, so I got something with a bug. I sip a salad bowl from one of the local stores on the way over. It doesn't seem like much, but as my mum taught me, it's courteous to come to a party of something. Actually, I realize how ill-prepared I look for a end of summer celebration. By Damien mentioning a pool, everyone else must either be wearing casual clothes or swimwear. Meanwhile, I am here looking overly formal. Not like I could have thought to bring swim trunks to school. If Damien mentioned a pool, everyone else must be either wearing casual clothes or swimwear. Meanwhile, here I am looking overly formal. Not like I could have thought to bring swim trunks to school. The door swings open and out steps Damien. Inko? Whoa man, you're crazy early. And you come bearing gifts. Yep, here I am. I didn't want to come empty-handed, so I stopped by his doors and got a salad. Ah, you didn't have to, dude. Seriously though, you really didn't have to. My family and I are carnivores. But thanks. Still, it's not like even 10 man. Not even 10 man. You didn't give me a time, so nah, that's my bad. Still, since you're already here, come on in. Well, don't have to silly. Damien still accepts the grocery bag and chucks off the side somewhere. Come on, everyone's out back right now. He turns back, making for a sliding door on the opposite side of the house. Following after, I barely have time to take in what I think is the living room and the dining room. There's a number of toys strewn about, foam darts, and loose game controllers. Damien opens the door and gives me a small push out of the house. Hey everyone, we got a guest already. Stepping out onto the wooden deck, I'm surprised to see a pool in a yard. To the left of me is what looks to be an older, heavier set version of Damien. Well, howdy there! He looks like Hank Hill! I love it! Oh my gosh, he looks like Hank Hill. Hello sir, I'm Inko. He shifts the barbecue tongs from his right hand to his left so that he can shake my hand. Randy Payne. You can just call me Randy though. I hide the grimaces as we shake hands, feeling what I'm guessing is a very sticky marinade now clinging to my palm. Didn't think someone would come this early. I just finished getting the good stuff all sauced up. As soon as he lets go, he focuses back on the piles of different meats heaped up next to the grill. Meanwhile, I grab some nearby napkins to wipe the sauce on my hand. Oh, what's on the menu? Let's see here. We got brisket, flanks, ribs, sirloin, tenderloin, top sirloin, bottom sirloin, rounds, and shanks. That's a lot of cow. All marinated in my special mix of wet rub and dry rub seasoning. Oh wow, that's a lot, Sir Randy. I wanna get the announcement off the food. I still love it that he looks sort of like Hank Hill. Oh, and me and Damien and Soph be doing it in shifts. If you're interested, I'll let you lend a hand too. If Mrs. doesn't rope you into carrying too much around. Sure, sounds fun. I never actually cooked before. It's not too tough. You'll see. Now that I'm here, I can finally ask Damien the question that's been on my mind. Hey Damien, so I've been curious this whole time. Why exactly is this celebration anyway? Oh yeah, I haven't told you yet. Well, you see, before Damien could probably explain, a motherly voice cuts him off. Damien, sweetie, you shouldn't keep your baby brother waiting any longer. At the mention of a younger sibling, a tiny Damien clone jumps over the deck railing and... Acid punch! Oh my god. Why? Vinny. Look bro, just like from Power Raptors, I told you I could do it. I'm so sorry, Inko. Vincent, this is why I don't want you watching those violent shows. The younger dino isn't listening. He's ready to run off to find another victim. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Was that really acid? Ha, no. Haha, no. But here, you should wipe that off. Now. I take the towel handed to me and wiped off the splotch on my pants from where Vincent had punched. Ah, okay. Oh, they do spit acid. Okay. Okay, those are the spitting acid ones that I remember from Jurassic Park. They are the ones that spit acid. A Diplosaurus spit only gets more acidic after they reach puberty. I begin to rub away the spit off my pants with a bit more urgency. Thankfully, he's more me than his mother. Otherwise, you'll need a new pair of pants. Oh, wait. That's an actual thing. Randy laughs. So you must be Randy's new friend from school. I am. Indeed I am. Damien's mom pops up at the side of the deck with a tired smile. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for having me. Oh, I didn't know we'd have guests so soon. I would have cleaned up more. You can just call me Sophia, dear. Speaking of school, Damien told me that you were there. Why'd you be going there today of all days? Honestly, I didn't even realize that today's a holiday. Usually I mark it on my calendar, but I must have flown out of my head. It's no worries then. It's mainly us dinos who celebrate it. Yeah, Damien told me a bit about it, but I'm not sure I fully understand. Oh, what? Sorry, my TV decided to turn itself on for whatever reason. In that case, I'd be more than glad to clear in. It's called Summer's End, as today marks the last warm day of the season. After this, fall and winter starts rolling in. Huh? Interesting. Well, this'll probably make me sound stupid asking, but how come you celebrate it? To put it simply, the cold might be manageable for warm bloods, but for us reptiles it's no problemo. For us reptiles it's no bueno. So we simply spend the last day soaking in the sun and enjoying the warm weather before it starts getting chilly. Ah, that makes sense. Next thing you know, everyone's wearing extra layers and putting up the heat lamps. Though it's apparently used to be in Ice Age levels of frigid back in my granddad's age. So I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. Otherwise, it'd be nothing but a couple of popsicles with our tails for sticks. The patriarch lets out a laugh that's as infectious as his son's. He wipes a tear from his eyes, goes back to flipping a grill on the meat. Anywho, we're gonna start cooking up the food, so make yourself comfortable. Thank you, sir. I mean, Randy. While Damien's dad attends to the grill, I move over to the banister overlooking the pool. It's filled with a couple of aquatic pool toys and auto-filled floaties. Man, I wish my place had a pool. Well, I do have extra jeans at home. Ruining one pair won't be a huge issue. Nah, on second thought, it'd be real annoying to deal with drying off and going home. Wonder how deep... Whoa! It's Olivia! Ah! The hell you doing here? I was invited. Focus on her face and not her others. What the heck are you doing here? I live here, moron! Crap, right, Damien even told me that on the way. Anyways. No, really, why are you here? Nobody was at school when I got there. Huh? Yeah, check the doors and everything. They announced a holiday yesterday in homeroom. Didn't you hear it? That's what Liz said over the PA yesterday? I bet that was the school's anthem or something. Huh, no wonder everyone was staring as I saluted. Must not have been paying attention. But yeah, I asked Damien what was up and he said there was some event going on and invited me. Olivia sinks a bit into water actually. Stupid question, but are you really okay to swim? There's that glare again. Of course, why wouldn't I be? Well, you know. Thankfully, she gets what I'm saying. Sorry. You should be rolling the eyes. I like it in the water. Man, I kinda wish I knew about this earlier. I would've brought my trunks. Ew, no, I'm not sharing my pool with you. Why not? Instead of answering me verbally, Olivia whips up some water at me like a huge wave. Yo, Inko, come check this out. Olivia takes up her opportunity to slink back into the water. I think she's doing a weird version of a dead man's float. Well, whatever. What's Damien yelling about? Yeah, Damien? Well, first my little bro has something to say to you. Sorry for giving you an acid punch, Inky. Looks like he tore his youngest sibling with my nicknames too. It's alright. Vinny. Vinny extends his hand for a handshake, obviously scared by his sleeves. And secondly, we need a few chairs out here. We got some folding ones, but also some in the kitchen. Got it. They're cheap wood, not really heavy at all. After the chairs, we can do the table together. Mum will be pissed if that got dropped. Why? It's the only one we got. And after everything set, we can play something fun. Okay, little man? Vincent grins and bolts back towards the house. Damien chuckles as we both follow after the kid. Ah! I'm just gonna like go back so I can save. To the best part. That's the best part. The table drops a few inches we were able to lift with a hard crash back onto the tile. I'd be worried about the cracks, but the floor is already pretty shattered around here from the years. This table must have actually be their gold storage. It's just painted to look like wood. That's the only explanation. We catch our breaths and giving our strained muscles a moment to relax. Why can't Olivia help us? She's super strong. Olivia's enjoying herself in the pool, bro. We don't want to ruin her time. Her chair thing has wheels. We can use that. I think it might be a bit small. Ah, no fair. She's gotta go to her room soon. Why can't she help? Hey, come on, not in front of our guests, yeah? It's true, though. You don't know that. Come on. The Damien mini-me pounce. I think I got a better grip on the table now. Let's try one more time. Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2... Wait, huh? What's up? Oh... I must have been talking about the plastic table in the garage, not the dining room table. You're right. What? Guess we gotta hold us bang back into the dining room, fellas. Great. Really, Damien? Did you really think your mom wanted the dining room table to be put outside, Damien? Really, Damien? Really? After getting a suspiciously heavy table back inside, Damien and I carry the much lighter plastic one out the door. As I catch my breath, I notice the younger dinosaur is gone, and he ran off to do something else. Either way, I guess it's now time to ask. Hey, Damien. Yeah? What was that about Olivia going to her room? Oh, sorry, yeah, An awkward silence fills the air for a few moments. It's just... She doesn't really stick around for family events like this, is all. Regular introvert stuff, you know, it's no big deal. And your parents are okay with this? Why wouldn't it be? She's her own person. Right. She usually makes an appearance for food. She usually makes an appearance for food, though. Hey, speaking of food, you want to go check on the grill? Why? There's no way the food is done by now. I know. I just like the smell. Oh, alright then. Sweet, let's go. As we make our way over to where Damien's dad is manning the grill, I catch a whiff of the spices and marinades applied on all the meat. Sophia's accompanying him, helping to place the grill on the meat. How is it coming along, Pops? You know how I like 'em. You know... You're making any how I like 'em? You know it, son. Have a look for yourselves. He steps aside and let us gaze over to the variety of barbecue set over the flames. The smell of it cooking and sympathetic sizzling sound has my mouth watering in seconds. Good, right? I'll say. Randy uses a pair of tongs to grab a piece of steak that looks halfway cooked. The secret is that you gotta let these babies have some time getting seared on each side. That way it really hones in the splat. Whoops. It's about a silence between everyone as we all stared at the piece of meat on the floor. It's not too ruined. Hey, Olivia, you want it? A pair of eyes peer over the edge of the pool. Sure. Toss it in. What's this now? Randy proceeds to chuck the stakes right into the water as one would do to do with chum to track the fish. Whoosh, jeez. Anywho, since you're our first guest, Inko, you get the honor of getting to choose picks. Which one you want? Oh, I don't want to oppose or anything. Ah, nonsense. Besides, better to get in your picks now before the other guests arrive later. Hey, think of it as payback for all the soda and chips you've been getting us. Come again? Well, guess a burger is more convenient. I don't get to attend a family barbecue every day. Excellent choice, Inko. Want it rare, medium rare, or well done? Hey Inko, go for the rare. Damien licks his lips as he says that. Rare. What the he... Oh, carnivores, right. I'm pretty sure a raw burger would kill me. I'll take my burger well done. Yeah, I'm sure you'll want the ketchup. I'm sure you'll want ketchup with it too, huh? Come on, Damien. Well done, one well done burger. Coming right up. Yeah, not gonna take any chances. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they can... I'm pretty sure carnivores like Damien can easily eat it raw if they have to. Just saying, you're missing out, amigo. I'm pretty sure your mother was just messing with him. We never serve that sort of thing to a guest. There's no way you can afford the suit. Mr. Randy lets out a heavy guffaw as he lifts the burger on the grill. On his grill. It's alright, son. Though it may not look like it. Volcardira has its share of humans. From what I know, you guys can eat about anything, right? Raw meat aside. I mean, yeah, I guess. Must be nice to be able to just grab whatever's on sale in the market. Meat prices these days are getting pretty crazy. I've seen some of that synthetic meat around. That might be cheaper. Why not try it out? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Nobody liked that. Yeah, no. Bad choice. Bad choice around carnivores, mate. Nobody liked that. Not even the grill. Sorry. There was one taboo I stumbled into head first. Noted. I better change the subject before things get any more awkward. So, hey, Damien. I've been curious this whole time. What exactly is this summer's end celebration anyway? Didn't my dad tell you earlier? It's the last warm day of the year, or whatever. Yeah, I get that part, but why is it a holiday? That. Actually, I don't really remember either. I guess I should be paying more attention at school. It's a bit concerning he doesn't know as much about his own culture he's currently celebrating. Actually, it probably doesn't even need to have a reason. Doesn't even need a reason. Why would you? It's just the last warm day of the year. Any excuse for get-togethers is fine in my book. The kid flumps down hard in the grass in a way that only children can without shattering something. And we don't get to go to school. It's nice and warm. And we get to eat real good. I think those Mayans had the right idea. Finny. Mayans, yeah. Inko, are you, Alright, it's about ready. It's about time the guests showed up too, isn't it? They'll be here any minute. Oh, Olivia! Across the yard, Olivia contentedly drifted to the middle of the pool. Although a look came across her face upon hearing Damien's mum, and she immediately paddled towards the raised deck. Are you going in so soon? Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to wait until the others get in? Yeah. Wait till the food's ready so we can all eat together. I'd rather not. I just have a lot of art stuff I have to do. Sorry. That means Laura steps out from the small deck. But he said we play someday today. She stares back. She tries back her uncertain tone with a shaky smile. Maybe later, Vinny. Have fun? She lifts herself from the pool and kneels on top of her chair. I'm confused at how her legs work. But my best guess is that perhaps only to do above the knees. Turning about, her hands carefully set a foot down on the chair's footrest. Fully settled on the chair, Olivia rolls herself to the sliding back door of the house. Think the table is just about set. Now we're really just waiting on the others. Damien, has your friend texted you at all? Yeah, Liz said she'll be here. She'll be here about now. Oh, it's Liz. Nice. She's bringing her uncle too? Oh snap, that's nice. I'll bust out the briskies then. In fact, Damien shields his eyes and looks up behind me. I turn too, but at this angle I can't see anything. Yeah, they're in the front yard. I'll go get them. Damien rushes through the back door into the house. A moment later he re-emerges as if to show off the new guests. Come on, don't make it weird. Hi everyone. Oh, Inko, you're here. Yeah, I got roped in. Neat. Come on, Uncle Mike. Through here. Hey now, I'm not that old. Is that Mr. Ferris? I try and figure lumbers through the doorway. That is not what I told him to get. Hey, Michael. Randy, how you been? So Mr. Ferris and Liz are related. The two pat each other's backs and give a firm handshake. Doing good, doing good. How about yourself? What's with the ridiculous get-up? Is it Mardi Gras? No, nothing like that. I've been trying to relate a bit more to the younger generation recently. It seems we're just too different these days and all. Oh, come on, leave that stuff to the kids. Vinny sees me. Huh? Mr. Ferris? You know him? Yeah, we met. He takes the same train as me. He's been helping me out recently. Recommended I try out this chain. Liz jerks her head over to my direction furiously. I'll get on that later. Oh, I'm really regretting the handshake now. I think he popped all my bones at once. The food will be ready soon. Inko, go turn on the grill. Oh, don't worry, kid. All you gotta do is keep an eye on me and make sure they don't catch on fire. Damien's father leaves after I nod. The rest two heading to where Damien, Vinny, and I just had set the chairs and the table. Turning to grill for Grimace, I swallow my nerves and take up the tongs. Right? Nothing to worry about. Nothing bad so far. Hey ya! God, there's so many indecent shots I can make. Oh. Sorry. Hey Liz, what are you doing here? Oh, everyone else is talking about Randy's cooking, and I figured to see what's on the menu. What do you think I'm doing? Why on earth? Why on earth are you getting my uncle to dress like he's going to be in a music video? He asked for help. He thought that was good help. Yeah, he just didn't take it right. Across the yard, Vinny's jumping to the shiny object. Mrs. Ferris caves and lends it to him. See? Problem solved. Ignoring Vinny, now strutting around like a gangster. Oh man. Whatever. What's actually cooking? I'm motioned to the silver tray spread out next to the grill. It's a lot of meat. Actually, aren't you a herbal, Liz? I am, but I think Damien fought ahead for me. Wait, wasn't that the salad I brought? He knew he wouldn't forget about me like that. Anyway, is Olivia out here? She was just in the pool, decided to go inside. Liz's head is still for a moment, as if she's in thought. Apparently it's a common thing for her. Yeah. I was hoping she'd stuck around for once. So she does this often. Every time Damien's folks throw a party, she slips away to her room. I sometimes see her at a window. Her eyes motion to me to turn to look at a particular window. I can't really see from its angle. Why would it be any different then? Why would it now be any different then? Liz shoots at me a knowing look. What? Well, I figured she was opening up a little to you. I mean, I guess, to some degree. Not like I have any frame of reference. At best, I can kind of talk to Olivia now. What? Did somebody just hiss at me? No. Then what? Oh god. Spinning around to see what was caught on fire. I grabbed what it was with tongs and flailed at it, hoping the air would put it out. Works well enough, but it was pretty burnt. Well, that's one just a lost cause. I give the piece of charcoal a careful look. It doesn't look edible in the least. I put it aside and turn back to face Liz. Anyway, what were you saying about Olivia opening up? Yeah, it's strange, but also good. Certainly a bit surreal, after all this time. Liz let out a sigh and shrugs. Well, it's a shame, but it is what it is. Anyway, I want to go catch up with the others. See you around. Liz returns to the rest of the gathering. Leave me alone with the grill once again. Burnt piece of meat aside, the rest of the food is looking good. Still, I'm not exactly the best grill master. Not like it matters too much to Damien's folk. Whether the food's actually cooked or not is purely an aesthetic matter. Couple more flips and the meat is brown and sizzling, which is good enough in my book to put them along with the other finished pieces. I'm thinking about done with my shift. Damien's turn was next. He's just going to be wrapping up these last few. Doesn't take me long to spot him chatting with Liz, who's enraptured with whatever's guaranteed high concept discussion they're having. Hey Damien! Damien's frills perk up a bit as he turns around to face me. Your turn on the grill. Alright, you got it, hombre. He waves Liz over and takes firm hold of the spatula. Okay, time to get some more. He suddenly pauses his eyes upon the charred remains of once juicy and savory piece of meat. He picks up the piece of meat and inspects it before chomping it down with a single bite. Okay, I'll finish cooking the last piece is inky. If you be an awesome dude, can you start serving others what's ready to chow on? I give Damien a nod and grab the tray of cooked meat. I take the tray over to eagerly waiting crowd, with all care to be expecting from someone surrounded by a very hungry meat-eating saurian. Upon seeing a platter of dreadful edible flesh, stop whatever they are doing and begin to gather around the table. And then I said, well, it's cause you look like a student yourself, miss. Oh, that's rich coming from you. Meat. It's finally here, Vincent. I remember your manners. Hopefully my salad too. You look everyone's having a good time with their meal. I even eat the ones that I cooked, even though I can see Damien's little brother making a slight face of disgust. Still winds up chomping up on the meat anyway. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with how my cooking turned out. I took a seat next to Damien and Liz and prepared my meal before I dig in. Gotta go to a tired and true catch up and nothing more. With my burger prepared, I go in my first bite. I gotta say, Damien's dad did a great job with the patty. What do you think, Inko? I give a thumbs up and smile as best I can for full mouth. The elder diner gives me a toothy, sauce-stained grin in return. I can see where Damien gets that toothy grin of his. Savoring the well-cooked meat patty, the buns of each bite, I slowly lose myself in the party's mood. Though I feel more ancillary from it. Seeing the adults lost in work talk while Damien and Liz are handling the very excitable Vinny. Humming around a mouthful of burger, my eyes wander. The entire yard is smaller than mine, and there are a ton of toys scattered in the low-cut grass. Not many plants either, just the grass and a couple of shrubs running alongside the fence. The word quaint comes to mind. Maybe intimate. I could take pictures. I could picture the kind of events that happened back over here. I shake my head, clearing my photographer's mind away. It's Damien's place, private property. I have to ask before I do anything camera related. Thinking about it though, I do have my camera surely stored in my backpack inside the home. A part of me considers grabbing it and looking back towards the house. I spy someone at the window. Olivia leers out the yard. She's too far away to tell what exactly she's staring at. That must be a room then. Her gaze shifts a bit. I still can't see what she's looking at, but it's in my direction. Or Damien, he's sitting next to me. I carefully trace where her eyes are focused, lean aside, slowly coming to the plate in my hand. Checking back, she's laser focused on something, I wonder. Checking back, she's laser focused on something, I wonder. I slowly to the plate and Olivia's head tilts upward with it. I lowered her and her head tilts downward. A part of me wants to test this further, except that'd be a real waste of food. Whatever illusion she is under is shattered and with a shake of her head. I can hear Olivia's annoyed growl from here as she turns up her snout at me and returns whatever she was doing. So, she does want some. Why not come out? Well, I'm sure nobody would mind if I bought a plate in it and left it. Besides, my fingers are sticky from all the food, to the point where they stick to my paper plate. It's actually kind of gross now that I remember why I bought it normally. Unglue my fingers from the plate. Damien's mother knows it's my plight. You can use the kitchen sink for that too, Inko. Audible. Sticking through my thoroughly marinated fingers. Sinking my thoroughly marinated fingers into the pool. That just seems like a future issue for whoever has to clean up later. Thank you, ma'am. I think I'll use the sink. Damien's already gotten up for third, so there's plenty. Load up a new paper plate for steak and whatever remains of the ribs, and discreetly head inside. Thankfully, the sliding door is partially open, just enough so I can use my foot to push it the rest of the way open. There's a coffee table in the living room, so that's a good place as any. And the kitchen's right there. I rinse my hands a bit. Making literal use of the dish soap, I started scrubbing my hands thoroughly. While I feel the stickiness starting to unstick itself, I look out the window. Damien's parents seems to be focused on Vinny, but Damien is still shooting looks to the left. The hyperactive hybrid shoots up from his seat, disappearing from view. Wondering where he... Whoa! Splush. Dang, clothes are still on and all. The kid was serious about washing his hands in the pool. Man, I could have gone for a dip myself. The AC here makes a huge difference. It must be 90 degrees out today. Still plenty of soda, so I'm not in danger of dehydration at least. But geez, I'm only noticing just how warm I still am from slipping inside. I'm surprised there's no steam rising from me. Looks a little red too. Good thing I didn't bring any sunscreen. Crap. It's not that bad yet. May the Pains have some sunscreen around. No, they're reptiles. They wouldn't have any. Maybe I would just have to deal with it. My knuckles starting to hurt. My knuckles started hurting from being wrung so much. The smell isn't gone yet though. Anyway, it should be clean enough to... Oh, hey Olivia. Both of us are frozen still, locked into a staring contest. The steak shoved on mouth, she stares like a deer caught in headlights. She spits the steak back on the plate in her lap and grips the inside of her sleeves. It takes a moment to collect myself, to muster some conversation. Yeah, your delivery came in. You want a soda of that? The joke goes unlaughed at. I tried. May as well. Need to get to the fridge. Oh, sorry. I stepped aside to give Olivia enough space. She rolls herself over the fridge and opens it, rummages through. Well, you exchange a few awkward glances to the point that it's palpable in the air. So, what are you doing? Getting a soda? The kid's taking a spot in the swimming pool. That's fine. I'm just gonna crash in my room. There's still a party going on outside. I'm busy with art stuff. Stuffing Dakota in a coat pocket. Olivia redirects herself and with a flick of her tail closes the fridge shut. What about the party? What about it? It's still going on. And look, I got stuff to work on. Even though it's a holiday, seems to be a perfect time to get together with friends and family, and I'm not their family if you haven't noticed. I'm not going to be here for much longer. That's a new look for her. Was because of what I said. Olivia? What? There's still a couple of things dancing on top of my tongue that I wish to say. Some will be too intrusive, especially after what she said. One however sticks out most, especially after she brought up working on it, and I generally want to see Olivia's progress. Would you mind some company? What? Seems pretty empty in the house to be quite lonesome, so maybe you'd be nice to hang out. Plus, I've been wanting to see your art for a while, especially as I recall her freshman piece that's displayed right next to the principal's office. I'll even show you some of my stuff. I have a portfolio drive in my backpack after all. I have to hold back my laugh as a silly strangled noise of surprised confusion escapes her mouth. Is that an okay then? No, it's just... I don't want anyone else in my room. Then how about the living room? I motion at the well-loved couch nearby. She hums in it for a bit. Are you really that interested? Yes. I've been wanting to see your work for a while since I found out that the cityscape piece in the gala was yours. Hold on. There it is. Olivia clutches her hand tightly. Okay, fine. If you're so interested, You could watch. She wheels herself back towards a shut door. Need to get my stuff set up first, bro. Sure, I'll be on the couch. I kinda feel bad for missing out the party too, but I doubt I'll ever get another chance like this. Olivia returns with a small easel, setting up with a half-finished painting. She takes a moment to shift herself from a wheelchair to the end of the couch right next to me. She's pretty close to me. I can feel her thigh barely brushing against mine, but I try to pay it no mind. The painting looks like a bust of a nondescript dino guy. Although of how vibrant these guys are, it could easily be a portrait of someone specific. This isn't that good. She rips the page off and crumbs it in her hand. Start over then. Don't interrupt. She takes a deep breath. The paintbrush near the canvas, slowly and gracefully. Although it's clear her nerves are getting to her. Okay. Wait. Olivia looks down for a moment before she jerks up, her face gaining a reddish hue. Dude, why do you scooch so close to me? I didn't. You're the one who sat next to me. Oh. She looks away for a moment, realizing how over the top her reaction was. Olivia then does a double take at me, her brows frowning. What's on your skin? I was born like this. Shut up, that's not. You know what? Yes, it is. I mean it's red. Oh, yeah, I think I'm sunburnt. As I look over the reddish splotch on my arm, Olivia raises a hand and touches it. Ow! Why? Jeez, that really hurts. Yeah, it does. I didn't think to get sunscreen on the way over. That wouldn't have happened to be any here, right? Point taken. But there's some of those spiky plants outside. Aioli something, I think. Snap a leaf off. Mrs. Paint won't care, probably. I think I've heard something about that plant before, yeah. Yeah, they were wondering, an aioli plant is pretty useful for things like sunburns, like just cracker. You know, you snap apart and you just use the sap of the aiolis. Pretty helpful. Alright, I guess I'll give it a shot. I get up and I head out. No, not aioli, it's called, it looks like an aloe vera plant. That's what they call it where I'm from. I get up and head back out the front door. Lo and behold, there were in fact a number of those spiky plants around. I walk up to the nearest one and carefully grab off the leaf in a spot with dull spikes. It bends and snaps off pretty easily. Man, this looks pretty good enough. Looks quite good enough to eat, but it probably tastes awful. Is it really good for curing sunburnt skin? Back inside, Olivia started painting again. She gazed intently at the page, and the plate of food that I brought in had been cleaned. Olivia holds one last rib in her mouth like a cigarette. It rattles up and down between her teeth. When she sees me, she crunches the bone in two and swallows the last of it whole. I brought up the aioli leaf. This it? She nods and extends a hand to grab it. She hands in her hand the thick leaf. She extends a single claw. Once she catches the edge of the skin, she makes a quick work peeling the husk off. Do you do that often? Not me. Sophia uses it to make smoothies for the family and healing salves for Vinny. They're really pretty too. Olivia blinks, coughs, and grimaces. Pain, I mean. Natural homemade healing recipe, huh? Gonna have to ask for that later. Could come in handy down the line. I remove my jacket so the aioli can be applied properly, so I don't get far before I noticed Olivia's face turning a darker shade again. No. No need to remove your jacket. Just roll up your sleeve and put the jelly on your neck. She hands me the now exposed aioli jelly, all while doing her best not to lock eyes with me. After rolling up my sleeve, I scoop out a dollop of the opaque substance. A feeling of relief hits me the moment I spread it across my neck. Man, this feels good. I started applying more to my nose, cheeks, and more importantly, atop my head. As I do, I watch Olivia continue her painting, taking extra attention to her brushstrokes. The way she moves it down the canvas with such smoothness and gentleness shows her level of concentration. Not too rushed, but not too overly focused on the art either. Using the last of the aioli to cover my arms, I am fully covered in the rudimentary remedy. I took a second to throw the husks away in the kitchen trash, catching a glimpse of the party outside. Everyone looks like they're having a good time out there, except for Mrs. Sophia, who was currently trying to chase a very soaked Vinny with a towel. Back on the couch, Olivia painting is starting to take a more defined shape. Unlike the cityscape piece, however, it looks more organic. She continues to paint in silence, occasionally doing a quick glance at me to see if I'm still watching. I don't want to poke at Olivia for no reason, but this might just be my only chance to ask. Hey, Olivia. Your family, the Paynes, they seem like a lovely bunch. What's that supposed to mean? Like, I knew Damien was eccentric, but I could see where he gets it from the rest of your family. First of all, the Paynes are my godparents. Secondly, yeah, they are. So, how long have you known them for? Olivia pauses for a moment mid-brushstroke, but then continues. Practically my whole life. Damien and I have practically known each other since we were carpet crocs. And his parents have known my dad since, well, forever. Since before we were even neighbours. Friends of the family. Pretty much. The real reason why I'm living with them. Her muzzle clamped shut. Forget what I just said. The words were spoken with a tone tinged bitter of something. A tone I felt very similar with whatever my own family's brought up. Sure. I mean, you can see why Inko and Olivia are so alike to each other. I mean, Inko's parents, you know, they always like are not around to even see him for the game. You don't really see his parents because they're busy. Sure. The only sound left are the brushstrokes on the canvas. My focus turns back to the patch of blotchy red and pale acrylic oil slowly forming across the white expanse. Occasionally, Olivia's grey eyes would glance my way before going back to her work. Compared to the more rapid pace of the time-lapse art videos I had viewed, she was more deliberate with each of her movements. Pretty obvious since most of those were done digitally, another thing I'd not consider. Still, staring at the painting in progress itself, there's something uncanny about it. Numbers more formed, definitely looking like something. Covered my chin with one hand in contemplation. Sorry, I can't speak. Need water. I use the other to try and trace out the peachy pale and vibrant red colours. Olivia looks back at me again, and a glint of something shines through her eyes. Hold that pose now. Hey, how long have you been using me as a layman doll? Her hand fails to cover up the snout that comes from her nose, followed by a gremlin-like cackle. Considering it the price to see my process, I want a refund. Nope. Looking again, it's slowly becoming an oil blast on my burnt face. Like looking into a mirror, eh? Can you at least get my good side? Nope. Turning back to the melanoma, Olivia starts adding in a blotch of cream by my head. A sigh escapes my lips. Hey, I said stand still. Why? Am I not that red? And am I not that red? Why? And I am not that red. Another high-pitched giggle comes out of Olivia. It's called artistic license. Well, it needs to be renewed. Despite being the butt of a joke, I feel myself smiling. Must be the new sounds from her. It's the first time I think I've seen her happy outside of Artican's class. And yeah, that laugh of hers is kind of infectious. The silence returns, but the mood feels much lighter now. I feel so stiff right now. I don't know how long I've been holding this pose now. If I guess from the sunlight filtering to the house, it's been at least an hour. Milder melanoma was almost done, and it was staring back at me with most intense eyes. Olivia's attention was left on one final detail. The hand holding my chin. I'm thankful she finished the sunglasses first, because the reflected light from the sliding door has been searing my retina. Olivia, hush. She turns her head and focuses entirely on the hand held by my ear. Pupils rapidly moving, trying to take in every last detail. Her fingers twitching as her hand hovers over the paint hand. Her eyes now shifting between my hand and my eyes. Her hand is now quaking, and a growing redness suffuses her face. The more she looks towards my eyes, the more her arm shakes and her face brightens. Finally, she turns away from me entirely, bringing both her arms with her and away from me and the canvas. Okay. Her cheeks puff out as she exhales her held breath. Okay. She finally turns her cherry red face to the canvas and expects a near complete portrait. I'll come back to this later. Can I? Yeah, you can drop your hand now. Finally. I lay back on the couch, feeling my spinal cord pop in rapid succession. I said your hand. I can't. I attempt to stretch my arm in front of me. And because of my stiffened muscles, my forearm is pulled back towards my face. I repeat the motion several times, the movement helping to ease the muscle until finally my arm doesn't feel spring-loaded. Meanwhile, while I was busy fixing my arm, Olivia was packing up the canvas. That's about it. You can go join the others or whatever. She drags the canvas, easel, and acrylic tubes back to her room. I wonder if she'll keep that one. And I wonder if she'll stay in her room again. We've been inside for a while. I don't think anyone outside has noticed we've been gone. Vinny and Damien seems to accept that Olivia would stay inside. But wait. I caught her a bit off guard. Invite Olivia. Invite Olivia to. I'll probably do that. I don't think I really want to pry. I don't think I really want to pry. Convince Olivia why her family needs her out here. Out there. Invite Olivia to join you back outside. I'll do that one. If I'm going outside, it would be rude to leave without saying bye, at least. She looks at me questioningly. Sure. But I think I'll try staying until the end. It's probably the best since. This is probably been the best day since I've moved here. And my first real friends in a long while. I'm glad to have been invited. She's not leaving, but scanning me suspiciously. Dane's been a great friend, and his folks have been really nice to me. Better than my own parents, even. You're lucky to even have them, I think. I guess so. I guess. Good for you. Have fun of it. I really need to. I think you should come along. She freezes. What? Eyes widened and some of the color leaves her face. No, I can't. Why not? Mr. and Mrs. Payne. They already have Vincent and Damien to worry about, and right now, they're hosting all your guests. They got plenty to deal with already. I'm not worth your accommodations. Just leave it. Let them be normal. Even then, it's like I said, I don't have much time left. That's a little over harshly. And it was every argument had. They're the kind of arguments that come from desperation and guilt to convince herself that it's for her own good. It may look presumptuous, but at least the sorts of thoughts I've had reading notes from my parents a lot of me reassures like I'm just an anthropomorphized mouth. Certainly doesn't feel like I'm worth it to them sometimes. But they're your godparents, right? They're helping your folks, yeah, but they chose to have you here. They want to let you be normal because they want to let you be normal. That doesn't a normal part of their family. I mean, I don't think they have you here if they didn't want that. Oh, please go on and tell me more about my family. Her voice is sardonic. She's not making eye contact anymore, but she's listening intently. This is the stuff she known already. But you're absolutely right about one thing. You don't have much time left. Neither do I. Honestly, even if it's mostly because of moving. You know what they say about rolling stones gathering no moss. In that way, we're in the same boat. Give it a shot. There's some perfectly good moss right out there. Okay. I'll try it with you. That analogy was pretty dumb, but you're right. The back door squeaks open. Even with sunglasses, I wince at the sun brightness. I take a step out and stretch my back, working out the last bit of stiffness from my shoulders. Olivia still waits at the threshold of the door. What are you waiting for, Kurt? Cool. With a grin, I drew the sliding door even wider, and with a beckoning wave, attempt to usher Olivia out as if I were a personal attendant. Cut that out, don't make it weird. Despite her words, her tone is more humid than annoyed with me. Relax, nobody was even looking. It looks like there's definitely no more food left. About right. As Olivia rolls down a small wooden ramp, I haven't noticed, we catch Damien on the bottom step. Olivia? At the table, heads turned towards us, looks of surprise etched on the faces of most of them. Instead of answering him verbally, Olivia's hand comes up in a nervous wave. The rest of the party-ish resumes their prior discussions, although maybe a bit livelier than before. Hey, cool to see you out here again. Hey Damien, why are you all the way over here for? I can't stand to be by Liz's uncle when he's eating. He's got those fibrous teeth. Ugh. Like blue whales have? Yeah, freaks me out. His dentist must make a fortune. Huh, yeah. Hey Olivia, what are you doing back out here? You forgot something? No, I just thought it'd be good to enjoy the weather while it lasts. Damien perks up, his frills undulating. No, Damien, stop that. Olivia quivers as Damien's grins grow wider and frills start moving faster. Ew, stop it. Even I'm getting nervous by how those things move. Damien! Sorry, you know these things got a mind of their own. Finding those weird flaps still. Dude, you were just complaining about Mr. Ferris and his teeth. At least he can keep his mouth shut. Hey, I could always wear a beanie. No, you can't. Remember the last time you tried? Both Damien and Olivia shade a laugh over event they're privy to. When they finish, Damien asks the $1,000,000 question. So, are you going to join in, or... She turns her head away, and I give her a supportive thumbs up. Yeah. Damien finally stands in from the depot, and we all start heading out for the table. Each party goer greets us when we approach. The loudest from Livy! Hey, you finally came to play again! The rambunctious boy hoots and hollers as he bounces in circles around her. Olivia huddles her arms and looks aside in my direction, feeling the stares on the table. I give her a reassuring thumbs up. Actually, this is perfect. Thank you, Vinny. This is something that Olivia was able to give when she was so worried about just taking. Hope she goes for it. I'm a little tired, Vinny. What? No, come on, Livy. You promised to play today. Like old times. Please. Oh. Alright, you win. I did promise. You wanna play cannon then? Yeah, cannon! Alright then, ready? Round loaded. Fire! Oh god, this was a bad idea. Woo! Oh my god, this visual novel was so good. Whee! Randy! Oh, relax, Soph. Vinny's still young. Michael, Vinny, be careful. I'm okay, Mom. Foof. You've gotten stronger, Olivia. No, shut up. Anyway, can we do it again, Livy? Olivia smiles and pats his head. It's weird seeing it, but as she readies Vincent for another launch, the Gator girl has a bright, toothy smile I never thought she had. Mr. Payne. Woo. Alright, I get it. Vincent. Yeah, Dad? No more cannon today. Vincent and Olivia shared a disappointed look. Now, there are a lot more things you two can do. Vincent perks up and immediately rushes off. Oh, I know. Elliot turns back to the rest of the group with an uneasy smile. Miss Payne steps forward, hand held out and wavering. Olivia? Hi, Auntie. Miss Payne and her husband approach, both with nervous smiles. When she speaks, it was of certain restraint, holding back her excitement. As Fort worried if it showed too much, she'll change her mind and go back in. I didn't miss much, right? I'm so glad you came out, dear. The old woman kneels in front of her and wraps her arm around Olivia. Aye, it's been too long, little Ace. Randy's hand ruffles her hair with her other arm, also encircles both Olivia and Sophia, while Olivia does her best to avoid his palm. I can see the tiny smile on her face. Time seemed to pick up speed after Olivia had come out. Damien and his father returned to the grill, managing to prep and cook a final serving of meaty goodness for an early dinner. I decided I'd go for seconds and get a few scraps this and that, and then drop my food when I got to get a rough pat on the shoulder from behind. It's Mr. Payne. He looks down at me with a thankful smile. Mrs. and Mr. Ferris had continued their conversation until Mr. Ferris' throat ran dry. The rest of us had to contend with a hyperactive child with an armory of foam dart guns. I felt bad for Liz. She'd become a one-woman shooting gallery for the boy, and Olivia, and me, and Damien, but at least he got an apologetic look about it. But now things are winding down. The food is officially all gone. Everyone is exhausted physically and mentally, and yet thoroughly satisfied emotionally. Olivia pads by me, having returned to the pool to cool down and stretch out. Damn, that's a look. There was just one last thing to cap this off. Okay, everyone. Oh, that's a nice. Oh, it's gonna be a photo. I hold everyone currently on the deck, grouped up nicely for me. I look through the viewfinder of my propped up camera. I adjusted the focus to show everyone is captured perfectly in the shot. Alright, on 3, give me your biggest smiles. 1, wait. Olivia turns away from the camera and looking towards Damien. With a grin, Damien waves for me. Dude, you gotta be in this too. There's nods and words of agreement for everyone. Well, it'll be a while since I've used this mode. It's been a while since I've used this mode, so why not? Setting the time delay along with the sports mode. I'm sure with 10 rapid succession shots, at least one of them will be perfect. And I can always do some post-production on it too. Ensuring that the focus is still fine. I click the shutter button and keep the count in mind. 30, 29, 28. By 30, I've settled myself down next to Damien above Olivia. Alright, 9, 8, 7. Damn. I feel something wrap around my ankle and press against my back on 4. 3, 2, 1. Ah! My camera flash goes off 10 times as I'm pushed over by Damien and pulled into the pool by Olivia. December 25th. It's been nearly a full month and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Yeah, I'm gonna go continue this another time. Hope you all had a wonderful time watching my stream of I Wani Hug the Gator. And also I'm knowing that for anyone wondering about, like, it's pretty much, yeah, unlike the other game that came out before this, the choices do matter, so you want to basically pay good attention to the characters and what they say, so you can make the right decisions. So, Take care, everyone, and have a good luck.